Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Look who's bearish on Bitcoin once again, and this is a new one too. Jim Cramer warns against investing in Bitcoin. It's coming from Bitcoin LF Go here on Twitter. It seems like there's never a shortage of times when Jim Rickards decides he is going bearish on Bitcoin. So this just came out yesterday. American television personality Jim Cramer has warned his 2 million followers against investing in Bitcoin. The caution could bode well for Bitcoin price, considering Jim's reputation as the inverse Cramer. Of course, this is coming from a crypto news outlet. If history is enough to go by, the statement could trigger a new wave of buying pressure, causing a fresh increase for Bitcoin price. Already pro-Ripple lawyer has spotted the sarcasm, committing to adding to his BTC holdings. So Jim Cramer just recently came out and again is saying that he is bearish on Bitcoin. Meanwhile, over the last 6 months or so, we have seen Bitcoin price do nothing but appreciate. We can see Bitcoin price here up 83.91% since late last year, since December 2022, when the market was depressed. And even Bitcoin right now, we are seeing a couple of bearish days. And maybe this is what Jim Cramer is banking on, that, you know, his followers are looking at these prices on the day-to-day. And sure, I mean, you know, if you're looking at this on the hourly and you bought Bitcoin up here and the price has now decreased by, I don't know, 2.5%, well, then maybe you will be scared and maybe you will actually listen to this dolt. But you know what? Small moves, small minds. I guess I really shouldn't say that. I mean, if you're day trading, it's a completely different story and you should look at a different technique. Although I do not advise day trading crypto. I don't know, maybe that's some people's game, not mine. I'm looking for those big swings, those big moves, and diversifying into more coins than I was in last bull run. So, you know, last bull run I was in about 5-6 different cryptocurrencies. This one, we're getting into more than 10 to 15, guys, looking at different metrics. And for only $5 a month, you can follow me on Patreon, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. If you're interested in seeing what I'm going to be trading this coming bull run, some people have been asking me, I'm going to be using the BITRUE exchange, but these coins are not specific to BITRUE. You can find them on other exchanges too. Patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Follow me, guys. I'm going to be posting my trades on the days that they occur. It's close to the beginning of the month now, so now's a good time to join if you guys were thinking about it. And the market is still fairly low too. I mean, you know, when we get into 2024, 2025, I'm probably not even going to be mentioning the Patreon in terms of, you know, you should join because you can follow me, because at that point in time, guys, it's going to be too late. We're going to be cashing out. You know, some of these coins could pop even before the broader market pops. And so this is part of my strategy. We're going to be looking at broader market moves, but also looking at these individual coins and taking profits if by chance we do happen to see some of these high pump potential coins pop before the broader market moves. And I assure you, a lot of these coins I do not talk about on this channel. So these are all brand new coins included in my portfolio. Let's take a look at XRP real quickly here. More of the same pretty much. Not too much movement for XRP, guys. We're seeing it trading now at about 47.7. So, you know, just more of the same, building on that Nike swoosh pattern, waiting for that pop off top. Cryptocurrencies like XRP and XLM are going to be positioned within this new financial system. And we've even got confirmation. Sigal Mandelker, okay? This is from a Zoom presentation posted by Black Swan Capitalist here on Twitter. And this is part of a bigger clip here that I'm going to show you guys. But to give you guys some context here, she's an American lawyer and former government official who served under the Secretary of the Treasury for Terrorism and Financial Intelligence from 2017 to 2019. In October 2019, she stepped down from the position to pursue opportunities in the private sector. So she has worked for government, guys, and considering FedNow is about to go live, I think it's interesting to listen to what she has to say here. Listen to this.
We are really in this massive global competition all over the world for the future of our financial infrastructure. I believe that much of that is going to come from disruptive financial technologies like crypto, like fintech, and the country that captures the talent that's building out these really fascinating financial rails is going to find themselves in the next 3 to 5 years very much at the center of our global financial infrastructure.
I'm really pleased that attention is now focused on the role that cryptos can play.
There are some cryptos that are working with regulators and are working with banks.
I agree.
Ripple would be an example.
Ripple would be an
XRP.
example, right.
Now this is and I can imagine in the next 5 years, instead of us doing sterling against the dollar or sterling against yen and doing these kinds of transactions, we'll do sterling versus Ripple. And the reason being, dollar right now is a 2-day settlement. With something like Ripple, you could do settlement in seconds.
So some banger clips in that little montage there. Wanted to thank Black Swan Capitalists. A new financial system is underway. We know that cryptocurrency is going to play a part in this. This last clip is another great one that I've highlighted on this channel in the past. We could see in the future looking at commodities, precious metals against XRP. And we've also talked about that possibility too on this channel. Obviously, Ripple partners are seeing the benefits. Tim R614 here on Twitter posted this. $1 billion Ripple partner is going public in the US. Will it foster ODL and XRP adoption and development? Well, guys, here's the story. Singapore-based fintech company Nium, a valued partner of Ripple, has announced its intention to go public in the United States. So we're seeing these Ripple-enabled companies now deciding, okay, we are big enough to start trading on the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ or wherever they see their fit, backed by Singapore's GIC and Temasek. Nium is a fintech startup that is firming up plans for an initial public offering, an IPO, in the United States within 2 years. So these guys could in fact be launching their IPO alongside Ripple. We know Ripple is also looking for a move, looking to be traded publicly on the stock market. And Nium, compared to Ripple, they are a fraction of what Ripple is worth, only $2 billion. They're gearing up for a momentous move as it prepares for its IPO. The company aims to break even before going public, emphasizing the importance of thorough preparation over the next year and a half. Nium, formerly known as Instarem, operates a robust platform that enables businesses to send, spend, and receive funds globally. So big news here, guys, for Ripple partner Nium. And that, I think, once these companies, these big companies start to IPO, I think this type of publicity and this type of, notoriety, maybe not notoriety, but the optics here, more companies, I think, are going to see this type of thing as a benefit, as a positive. Well, look at this company, look how successful they are, and that would essentially continue to propel that, that flywheel effect that we've been talking about since the beginning. So wanted to thank Tim for posting that. Michael Branch here also bringing this up. I mean, Ripple always finding ways to get into the spotlight, and I know humanitarian efforts are, I guess, a bit of a double whammy in a way. I mean, they're good, definitely for the charitable cause, but also it doesn't hurt that their name is in the public space again. So Ripple is supporting humanitarian efforts in East Africa. Of course, East Africa, just Africa in general, is another location that RippleNet usage is really going to thrive. Despite Ripple's lingering lawsuit with the SEC, the company has said they want to accelerate financial inclusion, combat climate change, and make a global impact. And so what are they doing, guys? Through Ripple Impact, we partner with companies making a difference globally and locally. Hear from Michelle Nunn, CARE President and CEO of Discover How the humanitarian aid organization is exploring using blockchain and cryptocurrencies in their relief efforts. So Ripple obviously supporting this with the Ripple Impact product. The company partners with innovative fintechs, universities, non-governmental organizations or NGOs, foundations, and social entrepreneurs to progress towards a more open and meaningful connected world. Ripple shares details of an interview session with Michelle Nunn, CARE President and CEO, notably the world-class humanitarian relief organization working in over 100 countries to save lives, combat poverty, and promote social justice, has been a partner of Ripple since 2020. So for more information, guys, I will link this in the description of the video. Just another way that Ripple is getting eyeballs, but also doing some good. Wanted to thank Michael for posting that. Now, Brooks Entwistle here also posting this, guys. Good morning, Bangkok. The Ripple crew was out in full force last night, lighting up the front of the W Bangkok as we gear up to host our first Thailand Policy Summit later this morning. And you guys can see they did post a photo here. There's Brooks Entwistle right there in the center with the crew there in Singapore. So, just more to suggest Ripple is permeating the world when it comes to fintech, cryptocurrency policy as well, and this new financial system. The education here on crypto policy has been a big hurdle. I know for Ripple, and Brad Garlinghouse has even said that in the past, right? To get bankers off legacy systems and into a new emerging market, there needs to be a bit of a push, bit of a shove, but also, a bit of an education process along the way. Everybody wants to be the second. Nobody wants to be the first. But now everybody is clamoring because their peers are jumping onto crypto-related solutions, DLT platforms, so on and so forth. So, we're seeing a shift, guys. Mr. Hubert here also bringing this up. Great idea, John Deaton and Jeremy Hogan. Do you feel like playing golf with Jay Clayton? Apparently, guys, there's a fundraiser going on here, and the XRP community is already clamoring at supporting this. The Baltusrol Country Club, $5,000 is the current bid. There's only 11 bids there. To play a round of golf. A threesome will play accompanied by former SEC Chairman Jay Clayton, lunch and caddies included. So Mr. HBAR here suggesting, that John Deaton and Jeremy Hogan go play golf with Jay Clayton. Do you feel like playing golf? I'll take care of the fundraising. I'm serious, and some people in the XRP community also chiming in that they would participate. I'm in dead serious, says T. Holbedict here on Twitter. Show me the money, saying GoFundMe page should be set up for John Deaton to go, and other people just commenting on this. Now Jeremy Hogan did respond. There aren't many things in life I'd enjoy less than this. My root canal next month is more appealing, but I heard John is a bogey golfer extraordinaire. So it doesn't sound like Jeremy Hogan plays golf. Nevertheless, John Deaton plays golf. So $5,000, that is the current bid, and maybe the XRP community can make it happen. I don't know if there is a link down here. I don't know if he started something, but I will keep you guys posted on this if something else does happen. No, still the current bid, $5,000 as of the time of this recording here. Anyway, wanted to thank Mr. HBAR. He might add to this tweet thread, so I will link this tweet in the description of the video if you guys care to follow that ongoing story. Mr. HBAR also posting this, retweeting out Seneschal XRP's tweet here. I sense that there are a lot of voices with nefarious intentions in the ear of Judge Torres. Everything is so corrupt in the United States. Now, there's been this push and pull in the XRP community. Some XRP community members wondering why Judge Torres has not come out with a verdict yet, and some are suggesting that it's corrupt and that she's, been compromised. Mr. HBAR here saying, again, I find it absurd and baseless to discredit Torres in any way or even accuse her of corruption. Please stop. Torres is highly competent, and that poor woman gets an average of 1.5 cases per day added to her docket. My point is that we all could just acknowledge the fact that this case, for whatever reason, has long since crossed the lines of being just normal. So, it's not a normal case. I think we can see that very objectively. This is going to be a landmark case, guys. I get why she's taking a long time. This is going to change crypto laws in the United States forever, or at least within the next decade or so, that really influential period. So this is a big decision. This is a big deal. So Mr. HBAR here coming out to Judge Torres' defense. JV here also commenting on John Deaton's point. Also, I go back and look at everything I said, not just one word. I said there was one case that Judge Torres ruled summary judgment at. So again, talking about Judge Torres and, the ruling here, I don't know if you guys are probably sick and tired about hearing of the XRP lawsuit. But JV here saying, it's all good, JD. Most of us know that her summary judgment could literally come out at any time. So that's the other thing we got to remember. We feel like we're waiting until the ruling comes out, and then boom, XRP price skyrockets based on FOMO. So again, guys, I hope your bags are packed. Don't be sleeping on this. Of course, that's not financial advice. But that's, just what I'm noticing now, considering the point in time we're in with regards to this lawsuit. There's probably no other case within her history that could compare to this one. The first of its kind can happen tomorrow, next week, next month. It is on its way. It doesn't mean that she's corrupt. If the judge in the library case didn't get labeled as corrupt for his quick, half-hearted judgment, then Judge Torres definitely doesn't deserve that label. She's taking her time, as she should, and analyzing everything. And John Deaton just responding here. This is a very important point. I said long ago that XRP holders got lucky to get Judge Netburn and Judge Torres compared to other judges. There are some judges that aren't corrupt, but they definitely favor the government. I could name a couple of judges that would have struck down the fair notice defense entirely and already ruled in favor of the SEC and ignored secondary market sales completely. I may end up disagreeing with Judge Torres' decision, but it won't mean she's been bought and paid for. But I realize that's how people see it sometimes. We have congressmen and women claiming Supreme Court justices are bought and paid for too. So, just another observation here from John Deaton. So we're still waiting, guys. It could happen at any time. As JV says, tomorrow, next week, next month. From what I understand, Judge Torres is on vacation right now. So it probably won't happen within the next few days. But guys, this was another verdict that came out recently. Fred Rispoli responding to Digital Perspective's tweet here with regards to this. Ripple Labs crypto investors get class status in securities suit. Now, this article here is behind a paywall. However, I think we can get the lowdown here. Okay, class met all requirements for certification. Only members in the US will be included if class prevails. A Ripple Labs investor class was granted certification in a cryptocurrency securities lawsuit against the cryptocurrency over virtual token losses. The company CEO Brad Garlinghouse and its subsidiary XRP2 challenged the certification, but the class met the 4 requirements for certification. Judge Phyllis J. Hamilton of the U.S. District Court of the Northern District of California said on June the 30th. So what's going on here? Crypto Eddie posting this. A spokesperson from Ripple said the company is pleased the court rejected the plaintiff's request to certify a worldwide class. However, for the U.S., the judge's order means that potentially XRP purchasers can assert their securities claims against Ripple, as well as its subsidiary XRP2 and Brad Garlinghouse as part of the class. So some people picking up on this. Mike Manfield here saying, well, that's another ruling made. Just need Judge Torres to make her ruling. What does this all mean, though? What is a worldwide class? Is this going to affect the Ripple SEC case? So back to Fred Rispoli here. Haven't read the order, an article behind the paywall, but it looks like it's bad news for Ripple for sure. Never good for a company when the class is certified. However, considering it's going the distance with the SEC, it would seem the same strategy would apply here. In this case, next step is summary judgment. So it is behind the pace of the SEC case. On a more important level, I need to do more research on what happens if XRP ruled not a security in New York, but is a security in this Oakland case. So then he's asking Mark Fagel if he has an opinion on this. We kind of want to know more, don't we? Rio Graffi here on Twitter. Doesn't John Deaton's case counter this claim, and that is worldwide anyway? His matter includes the government wrecking the XRP market for illicit reasons, not the price of XRP declining for a manipulated market instance 7 years ago. XRP Peroni here saying, would be great to hear the opinions of the lawyers in the community. I would have thought the majority of the class bought their XRP from the secondary marketplace. So we can see there is some confusion here in the XRP space. Igison W saying different countries are currently wrestling with the relatively novel issue of whether to classify cryptocurrency as a security, but different countries are not wrestling with it. The US is. Didn't Gary Gensler once say that other countries don't use the notion of IC in the same way that the US does? I'm not fully understanding what this means, says Jay Buck. Can somebody explain in simple terms? So, we've got some explanations here, luckily from Jeremy Hogan. Class certification, guys. All this means is that the judge thinks there will be enough plaintiffs that all the claims should be kind of lumped together. So, this has to do with another case, but he is basically just saying that the judge thinks that this can be a class action lawsuit. All these cases can be lumped together. It's really a no-brainer here, but it has no effect on the SEC case whatsoever. I am curious how the SEC case will affect the class action, though. So the SEC case could, in fact, affect this new class action lawsuit. Crypto investors get class status in security suit. Bill here saying, given res judicata, which I'm assuming is a legal term on substantive issues, only applies to the same parties in different proceedings, and leaving aside the persuasive influence of Torres deciding first, we could see the curious result of different findings on the issue of whether Ripple sold or offered securities. So the Ripple SEC case, Judge Torres' decision, could in fact have an effect on this class action security suit. Worldwide class, that's all it means, guys. But is it in fact bad for Ripple? I mean, as Fred Rispoli says here, he says it's bad news for Ripple for sure. Chances are, though, we are going to get a verdict from Judge Torres before any of that materializes. Like I said before, make sure your bags are packed before we do get that verdict, guys. I smell a FOMO pump barging down that front door. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.